to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below.
Even the men that I attract are different.
I agree.
They're different. Like, I don't get the, hey, yo, mom, I don't get that.
That happens.
Beautiful queen, how was your morning? I get,
So you get a different type of bullshit.
Yeah, basically.
I get the grand risings. I get the grand risings.
Can we talk about it? Why do you get a different response? And do you believe that this has something to do with, like you said, natural versus not natural?
feel like-
long hair down 40 inches
feel like
compared
it's-
to not.
even to kind of piggyback off her when you said the social media thing, just that
Yeah.
the overall how people view like, oh, the girl that has the implants, the long Brazilian hair, she wants the man that's pulling up in the Rolls Royce or whatever. The girl that's natural, they look at it as, oh, she's okay with who I am.
She's down to earth.
She's down to earth.
She's simple,
cool.
not knowing that a lot of the natural girls is way more bougie.
So that was a conversation, or at least a small bit, from a up and coming podcast. I was able to catch it on YouTube Shorts, and I saw it, and I just wanted to, just talk about it just a little bit, right? So the woman to the left is the main one that was speaking, and she was saying that she noticed that when she had her natural hair, she's getting a different type of guys. She's getting different responses, right? And this is because of her appearance. She has a very beautiful appearance. All of the women directly up here are very beautiful, but you will notice that when you have black women in their natural hair, you will have different guys approach them and talk to them differently, because the way that they look at it is like, oh, this is a woman who, she respects herself. Like she, it looked like she actually, about something. Let me switch up. Let me change up. Let me make sure I come correct, right? When I'm specifically talking to her, because that is her appearance. Even without her saying anything, just off of the simple fact that, not even to really go too deep, think about how much time, energy, and effort it takes for a person to just keep up their appearance, and then add into the aspect of that person also having natural hair, the type of maintenance, the type of time, the type of due diligence that you have to delve directly into in order to obtain and to keep that style going, right? It is, in a sense, I would almost want to say like a high maintenance type of thing. Natural hair is low maintenance, high maintenance at the same time, due to the fact that you have to really stay on it. In order for it to like look great, look correct, look straight, you really have to maintain it. It's almost like maintaining grass. Like you can cut the grass and it'll look beautiful, but give it about half a week to a full week, and not even mentioning if it rains for about 2 to 3 days, it's going to look, out of sorts. So you have to make sure you do the things that you need to do in order to maintain how it is that it looks. So back to the main thing. So she is correct, right? That she noticed that she will get a different type of dude, or at least the guys will come at her. They will approach her differently as she steps. Like, hey, yo, my. She was like, I'm not getting that. She's like, oh, hey, queen, grand rising, all this, right? And those were the things that she was getting. Now, from my perspective, being a guy, I would think that if a guy is talking to you respectfully and addressing you as such, then I'm thinking like that's a plus. I'm thinking that that's a great thing, right? Because the guys aren't trying to, gauge you on, realistically your body shape, your looks, and all these other types of things. They're actually talking to you, right? And not at or through you. Like I said, there are differences, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people can't understand those differences. And then as we keep going through the conversation, you hear, the majority of the women busting out laughing, going over, the main, stereotypical things and whatnot. And like I said before, maybe I'm a I'm a little bit new to everything, but I could have sworn that women wanted men to actually talk to them, to at least try to attempt to conversate, right? To walk up to them as if they are another human being, to talk to them as such, right? Don't talk at the body, right? Don't talk at the features that are there. Talk directly to the person. Now, like I said before, it's a little bit confusing to me to see women just laughing about how it is that the men are, talking. But I guess, as stated before, those types of men or the way that those guys are talking, it's not really for all women. It's not for certain women. And, that's what's being shown here at this moment in time that, you know, a lot of women complain about the cat calling and whatnot or whatever, but they're used to and they like that means that they're really getting that attention that they desire, versus if they dress a different way, then that means that they're not going to get that same type of attention that they may want, right? They might be wearing a pretty nice fit, that's pretty tight around the waist and snug in all the right areas and whatnot, and they're looking for those cat calls, but you have guys being respectful and that's not what they're looking for. Right. Now, as a man, like I said, that's just my perception. Now, to go in that just a little bit more, the main two women that you see directly to the right, both of the ones with the long hair, right? Those were some of the ones that were laughing the hardest when it came to that whole part of the conversation, and also when it came down to the fact of trying to categorize women who are more on the natural side as more bougie than the others. And I've never really gotten that. I'm not sure what women these women are hanging out around, but I've never gotten that from women who have natural hair. I've never gotten that, oh, I'm bougie, I'm more sophisticated, I'm high maintenance. I've never gotten any of that type of thing directly there. Now, in that instance, I feel like the ones with the long hair, right? I feel like that was more of a projecting type of deal, because as I stated before, just me being a man, I'm pretty sure that I would have a lot more instances of talking with women as, a man to a woman, and coming from that perspective and understanding then what women would actually have when it's a woman non-natural talking to a woman that is natural. There's no type of courtship, there's no type of actual dating going on. So your conversations and how it is that you're going to go into things is going to be vastly different. And like I said before, I feel like it's pretty interesting to peer into the conversations that women are having, because the one thing that I can safely say about social media is that a lot of the women out here are viewing this as just entertainment, but at the same time, this is a eye opener, or it should be and can be an eye opener for a lot of young men and a lot of men out here. So it is that you can understand their perspectives and how it is that they deem and see certain guys directly out here. Like I say, you're getting it directly from women. They're going to tell you the type of guys that women like and the type of guys that women don't like. They're going to tell you why the bad guys always win and why the good guys always lose. They're going to tell you these things. They're going to tell you how who the best friend, the good guy, the one that's always in a friend zone, how he's in a sense, quote unquote, the simp, how he's the one that gets used, right? And the women don't respect him, right? Because if they did respect that guy, then they would have actually made an attempt to have a relationship with that guy, the guy that's, the listener, the guy that's supportive, the guy that helps them out, the guy that respects them, the guy that values them, the guy that loves them internally for the women that they actually are. But that's not, like I stated before, what women realistically want. They want the opposite. So, like I said before, I feel like these podcasts are going to be very interesting. It is going to get to a point, though, where it's going to get highly saturated because all of these podcasts at a certain point in time, they're going to start to run out of content because there's only so many times that you can literally look at somebody's experience, talk about this, talk about that, right? And then these podcasts, they're going to have to either make a shift. They're either going to have to try to reinvent how it is that they do it and go about the content and talking about it, or they're going to have to start diving into more serious type of topics in order to elongate the amount of time that they have directly out here when it deals with these podcasts. But like I said, while the time is still great, I'm happy to have all these podcasts here because it's going to be a very much a learning lesson for a lot of human beings out here, and it's also going to be a reckoning. And I don't think a lot of people actually see the negative side of having too many or a lot of these podcasts directly out there. But people are going to find out, and they're going to soon enough see in a little bit of time.